Trackers of Faith, featuring Duke and Luke, the Barn Brothers. Penny, the code-cracking tech-savvy gal who is quick on her feet. Walker, the big-hearted handyman who uses his mechanical know-how to lend a helping hand. Jenny, the fun-loving biblical brains of the operation. And Milton, this super sassy swine has been fitted with the latest in animal communication technology. Join this crew of high-tech heroes as they sow truth, know truth, and grow truth. Trackers of Faith.
Hey fellas, how's it going? Walker was telling about your crazy encounter when you were learning Paul's letter to the Thessalonians.
Nice, Milton.
Well, I'm smarter than I look, you know. Wait a second, that's not what I meant.
But yeah, it was pretty nuts. Luke and I have been talking a lot about it, and here's what we think.
Sometime last year, before you guys moved in, Milton found this strange flashlight in a box in the barn. We had never seen it before, but it turned out to be this time travel tool that we could use to go back to different Bible stories. When we visited the Thessalonians the other day, we crossed paths with two guys, one of whom could turn out to be our grandfather.
So, our hunch is that since this used to be our grandfather's barn, maybe this flashlight was his, and maybe we're running into him back when he was using it. I know it's a little kooky.
So what you're saying is that you guys are using the same flashlight, but at different times?
I guess so, yeah. Or at least that's our best guess.
Have you asked him about it?
What do you mean?
I mean, doesn't your grandfather live a few hours away? Why don't you just see if he knows anything about a flashlight, or a map for that matter?
Well, shoot. Why didn't we think of that?
It does seem pretty obvious. Duffy, will you hang here with Milton till we get back?
You bet. We'll keep pulling vegetables.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm taking a nap.
You knew we'd come asking about the flashlight and the map?
Ever since we ran into you back in Thessalonica all those years ago, I knew we'd be having this conversation one day.
All those years ago? It's only been a few days.
For you maybe, but not for me. I was a young man when we ran into each other, remember?
Yeah, you were wearing my jacket, or your jacket, our jacket.
That's right. I was with my friend Frank, and we were tracking all the New Testament major landmarks. Kind of like an ancient road trip, I guess you could say. We were inspired by Paul and his letters to Timothy and Titus. It was like he was a coach, guiding and teaching and encouraging Timothy and Titus, and then sending them out to the field to play.
That's so cool.
Titus and Timothy were both followers of Jesus who were discipled by Paul and traveled with him on missionary journeys. Paul shared a lot of important things with young Timothy and Titus. Things like, you have power from God to overcome any situation. Fight the good fight of faith. Follow God and He will help you be a godly leader. Live a self-controlled, upright life. And be an example. Lead in what is right, not what's wrong.
Those are all really, really important lessons. He said all that to Timothy and Titus?
He sure did. Frank and I wanted to see firsthand how all these different teachings came together so that one day we could pass it down to our children and grandchildren, and they could one day pass it down to theirs.
So far, so good.
Well, I hope so, but we hit a little bit of a snag and never made it to the end of the journey.
What kind of snag?
You guys, of course. It really threw us for a loop, and we all met face to face, and we never went back again. We put the flashlight in a box in the barn for safekeeping and just read our Bibles after that.
Well, what happened to the map?
Well, the wind caught it when we were in the field one day. We never saw it again.
We have it, you know. Most of it.
You what?
We have the map. Penny saw it on a rock when Philip was baptizing the Ethiopian eunuch. We were retracing your steps when we ran into you.
Well, no kidding. Can I take a look?
Of course you can.